Welcome to a small update of the markets on this Sunday. From next week on, we'll be doing fundamental videos on Sunday, and those will be longer than what we usually are doing on this YouTube channel. Next week, first up, Avalanche ecosystem. We're going to discuss Avalanche, Avalanche, and some projects that will be built on it. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the YouTube update, and also do not forget to check out our website, which is in the description beneath. This weekend we're giving 20% discount recurring if you become a member before Monday 23:59 p.m. So that's the action that we've got right now, the discount that we have right now. But today we're just going to do a regular update of the markets, in which we can see that Bitcoin is most likely bottomed out. Bitcoin is bouncing from the levels that we wanted to be doing, through which we most likely are going to get continuation. And we can also see that altcoins are lining up for big breakouts left and right. So as the consensus is on social media, Q4, but especially also Q1 2022 will be crazy, as most likely this market will be topping out, for me at least, during April, May next year. So we still have about 6 to 8 months left until this cycle is over and we get into the financial crisis. But right now Bitcoin is, as we can see on the chart, is bottoming out, as we had a very beautiful corrective move. We've had some slight consolidation here. We've discussed it in general in the past few updates as well, in which we described the fact that we broke through the trend. We've broken upwards as we broke through this one around 46.4, created a new higher high for Bitcoin, and then you usually just get a period of sideways consolidation, which is normal, which is expected, as nothing goes up in a straight line. And that consolidative period gives you opportunities to get into the markets that you might have missed. So those retests are for you entry points for the market. While resistances might be exit points, entry points are based on those support resistance flips. And with Bitcoin, we've seen one here as we've held above 46.5 to 47k, which was the crucial area for me at least to sustain support on, because due to the fact that we're holding that support level, we are granting ourselves back inside this range. So from here onwards, given that we have been holding 46.4 to 47k, it is very likely that Bitcoin will be continuing towards the resistance that we have around 50k, as that is also the range resistance that we have here. Does that mean that we're going to have continuation in this bull market overall? Yes, I think so. I think we're going to do that, especially given the fact that the overall exchange reserves are quite low. Long-term holders are building their positions heavily into the markets right now, or have been doing that, and we just granted ourselves a very healthy corrective move. So as long as we stay above 46.5 to 47, everything is fine. If we drop beneath, I'm looking at a retest around 42k, but then the chances are that we're going to visit somewhere in the 30s once again. And often when you have a slight corrective move, you don't really want to get it all the way back towards the initial levels where the market reversed, as that is usually not a sign of strength. So at this stage, Bitcoin is doing fine. The critical level that we should be focused on with Bitcoin is the level around 50k. I think we're going to have some more consolidation like the price action is showing here. And once we are doing that, I think we're going to have continuation happening overall. Looking at Ethereum, we basically get the exact same view. We've established or discussed this level of support that we wanted to get support from, especially given the fact that we also broke upwards and created a new higher high. So then the market has to show itself a new higher low, through which we are currently granting ourselves one with Ether. However, Bitcoin bounced back quite swiftly, but not every altcoin has been showing strength. Ether is still showing a bit of weakness, but that's probably going to be taken back up the moment that Bitcoin is going to consolidate again. You will see that altcoins will start pacing up heavily. But overall, this is fine. If the 3380 level is lost, I'm going to look at 32 next for Ethereum. ETH Bitcoin, as you can see, back onto support. We've discussed this level that we wanted it to sustain on. However, it's not showing too much strength, through which if we lose 0.71 as a support level, I think we're going to have a continued correction towards 0.065, as that's the next support zone. But overall, the trend for Ethereum on both the Ether and both the Bitcoin and USDT pairs are still very bullish, as we are creating higher highs, higher lows. Looking at Solana, we have discussed some levels that we were interested, and we've also concluded a few days back that it was back into support. So this one was a point of interest. We've also discussed those levels here. We've had some beautiful bounces from those regions. This one was the first one, and the second one we've got here as well. Since then we are making lower highs, lower lows, but as you can see, the critical support that we had to break through, that is what we're breaking through right now. So as long as support holds, and then you have to fill in this entire region here, as long as that holds, I think we're going to have continuation. So you can actually start looking for a potential trade once again, through which I might be looking at a potential run towards close to $200 on Solana once again, through which the strength is back in. It's flipped the level back for support potentially as we bounce back above it. So we did not have a bearish support resistance flip here, and the trend might be reversing for Solana as well. So that's a very bullish signal here. Finally, Cardano against USDT still running onto these support levels here, still consolidating. We have discussed that that might be taking some time before we're going to have an actual run on Cardano, and that's what we're seeing at this stage. When we're looking at Cardano against Bitcoin, still at support here, as we are facing ourselves on the previous high, which is completely fine. But overall, the actual support that I'm looking at with Cardano against Bitcoin is the range that we have here. So if you would want to get into Cardano, these two regions are ones that you should be taking any action. If this one is lost, I think the overall upwards trend is gone, and then I might be looking for some scalps around the next area of support, which is around 3100 sats. But overall, Cardano is approaching a point of interest and support, so I think you should be getting interested. Is the market continuing in a bullish manner? I think so. And that's what we're going to discuss tomorrow once again with 2 updates. Don't forget the discount, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll be back tomorrow.